I can't be the only one who's really confused right now. Before walking into the theater, I watched 0 trailers. I played the game all of 0 times. Didn't even know it was a game until PlayStation Productions came on the screen, and I was thinking, well, that's odd. Like, so I don't know what I'm talking about. This isn't an analysis or video essay. I just have questions. This movie wastes no time and starts with a girl running for her life, climbing out of an underground cave type thing from what I assumed was a zombie when I was watching this. And she finally gets out, she escapes, she's relishing in being alive, and then a dark figure walks up to her and she starts pleading for her life, saying, I don't want to die again. Pardon? You already died once? That was my first question in this, and then we just instantly move on from that. This movie follows 4 friends and 1 boyfriend of the month, so 5 people in total, on their final stop searching for Clover's missing sister. Clover's one of the 4 friends, and she's also kind of our main character because everything really evolves around her. But her sister sent her a video saying, hey sis, miss you, shouldn't have left after mom died, blah, 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 sister things. And then she went ghost. She's missing, so they're looking for her. And right off the bat, I'm thinking, oh, your sister's dead. Your sister's dead. Her sister was the girl we saw in the opening credits saying, I don't want to die again. So we already know this is a body finding mission and not a sister is alive finding mission. They stop at one of those no one should stop here towns because this is where horror lives. One stoplight town. It's a, I can count how many people have visited this town on my hand and I would still have enough to peace out. So they stop here and they meet the creepy cashier. He obviously knows something is up because the second she shows her sister's picture, he goes, oh, is she missing? Missing? Who said anyone was missing? You said that, sir. You're up to something. But then he kind of covers himself. He says, well, they don't go missing here. And a lot of people come here looking for their friends or their family, so I'm used to it. So I was backing off. I was like, oh, I prejudged you. I prejudged you, crazy sir. But he tells them a little info. They go off. So I'm thinking, okay, that was a misdirect. That was a red herring. We weren't supposed to look at that. And then they get caught up in a storm. You know, typical horror movie. They're in a storm. They're racing through it. All of a sudden, clear skies. It's like a wall of, you can physically see where nothing is happening. And with that, I knew they were up to some mess in this. I assumed, oh, you're dead. You're dead and this is purgatory. Someone answer that for me in the comments. Were they dead the whole time? Someone answer that for me. Now, get off of that. Once they drive into this town, there is a welcome center. They go in there and no one has been there since like 98 because they can see the calendar. No one's been there, but everything's still pristine. And then they look in the guest book. Whose name is there? Melanie. Melanie is the sister who's missing. Melanie's name is there. Her name is there about 10 times. Each time she's writing it, it's getting less and less legible, as if she's like in distress or just forgot how to write her name, forgot what her name was. And then we're on like a fact-finding mission. We're all just walking around. No one's here, so let's walk around this house. We see a bathroom with no running water. We see a room that has a bunch of bulletin board type posters on it. Pull one flyer down, see another missing poster. Pull everything down, and there's about 20 missing person flyers. I say flyers, but it's really just their face and the word missing. There is no information. There's no height and weight. There's no call this number. It's just missing. This missing. That's scary. That's weird. Especially because we see Melanie. We see her face on the wall. How'd you get that picture? How'd you get that picture when I'm her sister and I didn't even declare her missing? I didn't put up these posters. I didn't put up these flyers. How'd you get that picture? So then I start to think, we're in Supernatural. This is a supernatural movie. I didn't know that. I thought we were in real life killer situation. Let's look out the window. This is me looking out the window. Where's my car? Who took my car? They go downstairs and they see just a living room, a kitchen, typical house things. It wasn't creepy at all. But the people upstairs, two are upstairs, they're still looking at the person with their car because the lights are on there honking, like, I have your car. And then they hear a noise. They separate. At this point, I'm chewing my popcorn, but I'm thinking, okay, let's get these kills out of the way. Come on. What's his name? The boyfriend walks off, and then a light's turned off. We're like, why'd you turn that light off, babe? What are you doing? So we go in there. I'm saying we. This is the boyfriend is in there, so the girlfriend goes after him. She goes in there, and she sees the masked killer. She sees her boyfriend cut in half. She runs off. She gets killed too. Okay, we knew that. We knew that was coming. I was not as shocked because I was like, oh, okay, we're getting killed out of the way. Our downstairs crew, they come up, kind of look like, what was that noise? What was that? They see the murderer. They run downstairs. They hide. Good for them. He proceeds to kill one, two, and then three of all of them. But as he's killing them, they're trying to fight back. They're stabbing him with something. He's not budging. This is Michael Myers level of you can try, but you are not going to kill me. And that's what it was giving. Clover grabs something, tries to stab him. It doesn't really do anything, so she runs off. Now, when she runs off, she's in the woods, and of course, she falls. We knew that. Raise your hand if you were surprised. She falls in the woods, and then she sees something in the distance, like, oh, there's a person over there. There's a lady over there. That could be Melanie. So she's seeing a figure, which she thinks is her sister, because she knows her sister has been here. And Melanie, is that you? Melanie, Melanie. And then she gets killed. That was Melanie. That wasn't Melanie. And then, I can't remember if the screen went black or if I blinked, but then they start repeating all of their actions. Megan's wiping the mirror. What's her name? Tina, or whatever her name is. She's writing in the book her name. And as they're doing these items, they kind of like jolt awake, and they have the bruises on them from when they got killed, or how they got killed, I should say. How do you keep coming alive? That is question number 2, ladies and gentlemen. How do they keep coming alive? Leave that in the comments. They died. They all remember dying and remember how they died. And it's just kind of accepted. Like, oh, we're alive again. Was that a collective dream? Are we hallucinating? Like, what's going on? I don't know. But you know who's struggling? Megan. Megan is struggling because this whole movie, she had a sense of, she can sense the paranormal or something. They kind of hint at what her gifts are, but she's like raccoon eyes. She's getting all pale. She's going through it, and I don't know why she's struggling the most, but she's sick. She's wanting to throw up. I'm like, girl, you said you had a bad feeling, but like, what is this? And she gets possessed. No. Escalates. She gets possessed. She screams so loud that it burst every single light bulb in the house. It's dark now. They go and find her. She's levitating. She's levitating. She is off the ground. And this is when I looked around. I said, I was not prepared. I didn't know we were doing witchcraft stuff. Now I do. Now I know what to look forward to in this movie. But as she's being possessed, they're watching their friend being lifted above the ground, which we need to explain what that is. Question number 3. What was that? That's what I'm going to leave it at that. She starts pointing to all of the missing person flyers in their voice. You can hear her voice too, but like it's in their voice as she's saying things like, where's Tommy? Have you seen Tommy? Where's my mommy? Oh, we're never going to get out of here. She's doing that with all of them. And her voice is changing. And she says, don't let it in. Don't let it in. And then collapses on the floor. I'm thinking she's dead. I was like, oh, okay. Your neck broke and you fell. So we're going to listen to what you say. Got it, girl. You got possessed so we could live. That's a friend. That's a friend if we ever had one. So from there, of course, we're hearing bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. on the door. And we're not answering. Why would we? Our friend just got possessed. We just died. And now there's a harsh banging on the door. I'm not answering that. And I won't be. Until we hear Melanie. Clover, let me in, please. Oh, you're in there. Blah, 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 blah. Knocking on the door. Oh, help me. Abel, the boyfriend of Nina, is like, no. She just said, don't let it in. And here you go about to let it in. What, like, really? What are we doing? And then she lets it in. I think we knew that. We knew she was gonna let it in because what she does is, my sister's out there. I have to go have her. She unlocks the door. She removes the barricade. Goes outside. Where's Melanie? There is no Melanie. It was all just the voice. It was whatever was possessing our girl Megan. That was making all that noise. I'm confused. I'm bewildered at this point because we look across the way, and mind you, I told you this is one of those towns. There's only this one house. We look across the way. There's another house. When did that get there? What is that? It looks dilapidated at this point. It looks like a haunted house, like it's supposed to. Clover yanked out of the air, zoop, to that house. Girl, at this point, I'm blaming you. That's all your fault. Sitting in front of the TV watching a news recording or a news broadcast, is a old lady, an old, like you should be dead type lady. Using her oxygen, breathing and stuff, using her oxygen. So Clover's like, this is cute for you. I'm gonna go. Starts trying to get out of the door, and that's when old girl gets up. You're in danger. She gets up. I didn't even know you could walk. I didn't even know you weren't just bones. So this is terrifying to me. Ends up on top of Clover, putting the mask on her face, and I'm thinking, girl, you can't beat this old grandma up. Like, why are you struggling? You're a 20-something. She's 120 something, and she's just bones. Like, girl. But she's putting that oxygen mask on her. While that oxygen mask is on her, Clover's eyes are turning black. Her veins are turning black and visible. The granny on top of her is dying more and more in each second. She's turning to dust. She ends up falling because she's just a skeleton. Huh? Question number 6. What was that? That happens, and now Clover's eyes are all the way back black, and she's smiling. So I'm thinking, oh, you're possessed. Just like Megan was. Okay. That's fine. Her boyfriend comes over. Oh, her ex-boyfriend. That's a whole thing. She was dating Max. They broke up. Now he's all up her butt. I didn't mention it because it doesn't matter. While that's happening, Nina and her boyfriend Abel, they get in the car. They're leaving. They said, we can go find help and then be of service. They go out. They're now in the rainstorm, and they see another monster. They see a monster as big as life. He's as tall as the freaking moon. Question number 7. What was that? So they back up, obviously. They don't want to run into that. And then as they're trying to get out of the car, Nina, my door's locked. My door's still locked. Girl, every car has the unlock button. You're in the front seat. Turns around. Boyfriend's dead. Walks around, that mask killer again. Gets her. What are we doing? Everyone's dying in different ways. What's happening? We keep dying and we keep coming alive. So after they wake up, after this second round of kills, they're all in the bathroom and they are huddled up together thinking, what is going on? The last time we remember something, Clover is saying this, the witch, who apparently that was a witch, I thought it was just an old lady, but that witch told her, you either survive the night or you become part of it. So that's all the clues we have to go off of. And I'm thinking, okay, what does that mean? I don't know. But I'm thinking, okay, because now we have clues. Okay, we got clues. Survive the night, obviously. Become part of it, what does that mean? We don't know yet. She's sharing this with everybody. They are eyes sunken. They're all bruised up. They're growing like extra teeth. Their nails are getting a little bit longer. Something's happening to them that they can recognize, but they don't know what is going on. Abel gets up, tries to use the sink, which we know because when Megan first went in there, there's no water. All of a sudden, there's water. Don't drink that water. First off, you've been dying 2, 3 times in a row. Now there's water where there shouldn't be water. Don't drink that water. And it's bathroom sink water of a nasty town. He glugs it down. Shares it with his friends. They kind of pass it around. Sip here, sip there, whatever. Then as they're talking, he's coughing. I'm thinking, yeah, that's what you get. You drank that nasty water, and now you're coughing to save your life. Blood. He's coughing up blood. What is going on? And then he starts coughing more and more. It's getting louder and louder. He spontaneously combust, and there's blood everywhere. What was that? Obviously, it was the water because they all start dying. But every single night, something different is killing you, and you keep coming alive. Or in the theater, this is me because I don't know what I'm watching at this point. And I feel a ways because Megan, they make her suffer from this water she was drinking. Her leg blows up. Her stomach is just so bloated, it's out here, and then that blows up, and she's still alive. And then she's crawling, trying to get help, and then her head blows up. Why did she have to suffer when everybody else just died instantly? Like, what is that? As they're watching her die, the two are like, we're gonna die and then we're all gonna come back together because a big theme in this movie is one for all for one type thing. Like, if we can come back, we have to. If one person dies, we have to all come back. Who do we see walk in? I'll give you 2 seconds to guess. 1, 2. It's the cashier. That old man cashier, the creepy one. What are you doing here? He says, oh, you almost made it. And says something else like some kind of clue or whatever. But she dies anyway, so it doesn't matter. They wake up, and at this point, they're not even fazed about the dying. They're trying to find some answers. They're looking through this house. They're looking through old newspapers. They're looking through binders. They're going to the radio. It's like the type of radio that they use to talk amongst truckers. It's one of those type of radios. I forget what it's called, but they're looking for all evidence. They see there was a mining accident. They dug too deep and too much under the town or something to that effect that the whole town sunk in on itself, killing 1,100 people. I forget, this part gets blurry to me, but they called in an expert to kind of identify what happened, what was going on. And that guy was named Dr. Hill. Who was Dr. Hill? That's the cashier. That's the guy who was involved. All of this is him. It's clicking. It's clicking. They're like, we have to find him. He's the answers to all of whatever is going on. As they're saying that, he comes on the radio and says, yeah, you're right. First off, why are you listening to me? How did you hear me say that? Are there cameras? He says, you can survive. I just need a little sacrifice. Just a little bit. If one person dies, then I'll let the rest of you live. This is question number 8, because how is he in control of that? How does he control you dying, coming back alive, dying, coming back alive, and all of a sudden you don't have to anymore? She's like, I'm here to find my sister. I don't care. She goes out into the woods. She goes out there. Max tries to go after her. As the boyfriend, Abel, is trying to convince everybody to, like, just leave her. Like, what are you talking about? Mind you, they've been lifelong friends. He's just been this girl's boyfriend for 2, 3 months, so he don't have the connection. So when he's telling everybody, just let her be the sacrifice, his girlfriend, Nina, stabs him and says, y'all go off, find her. We're going to come back in the next one and we're going to figure this out. They're confident that they will survive. Or no, they're confident that they will die and have another life. Max and Megan, they're running out into the woods. They're trying to find Clover. Megan, she gets killed. I forgot how, but I know Megan got killed. Clover is in a bear trap. As Max finds her, tries to undo the bear trap, a figure comes up and they're like, "Is that?" Yes. That figure that came out is Melanie, is her missing sister. But why does she look like a monster now? Before they both die, they make a pact. If at least one person dies, we're going to come back and we have to solve this. We got to figure this out. As when they come back the next time, they're all amongst themselves having a debate. Like, has this been 3 times? Has this been 4 times? One person says, no, it's been 5. Abel, he says, this has been 13. 13. Mind you, when they were talking to the doctor on the radio, he told them this is an experiment that's been happening for however long. It's affecting visitors and the people who live here, and no one's made it past 11. They made it to 13. How? Next question. When we on 10? Question number 10. Put in the comments, how did they survive so many times? Is it like the power of love or something like that? And he knows that because of how many times the name is being written in the book. He's like, this is 13. This whole time we're looking around the room. Where's Megan? Where's Megan? Where's our little Asian ghost finding friend? Where'd she go? Oh, idea. I'm going to look at my phone. Abel, this is Abel saying this, because he was recording different things the whole time. And this is the part of the movie I didn't really like, because we're seeing so many versions of their life and different deaths they've been having, but only through like a quick montage. We don't actually see those. We don't get to experience them, which didn't really take away much. But some of them I was thinking, oh, that was really interesting. I wish we would have saw that in its full capacity and not just a 20-second clip on your phone. Meanwhile, I'm thinking, your battery, who is your provider? This phone has 50 videos on it or however much, and you've been dying, coming alive, diving, coming alive for multiple days. Now 13 days your battery is living? What phone do you have? But one of the videos is Megan saying, I'm going to follow him, and him being Dr. Hill, and I'm going to get some answers. Now we're on a Megan finding mission. We go after her. We're going downstairs. We're going into like a tunnel, which seemingly is the underground mines that the town fell into. Then there's a series of we're running from these monsters, these which are the people who were missing. When I said they're growing nails, they're growing extra teeth, they're getting like external spines, like things are happening to them, and it's all part of the experiments question mark. All we know is that all of that is related to whatever made the town fall and whatever chemicals, this is the part I say I do not understand, whatever chemicals were going on in this town. Dr. Hill has been doing an experiment. It slowly turns them into monsters. Question number 11. What does that mean? How? Because it seems like he's in charge. But I guess he's not in charge because he's just the one running experiments. I don't know. He I don't know. This is the part I was so confused when I was watching this, because he knows what's happening and he's still doing experiments on people, but for what and what's actually happening, I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you one thing about that part. They find Megan and she's tied up and chained up, and one of the monsters is in a room with her, like an observatory type room. We get his villain monologue, Dr. Hill's villain monologue with Clover, as he's saying, this is my next question, because he starts going into, all this is you. You're the one who is manifesting this. And she even says, what I'm thinking, says, is this all in my head? He goes, no, no, this is real, but you're the one perpetuating it, and you're the one allowing it to happen, and you're the one conjuring these different fears every single night. Boy, what are you even talking about? I don't know. And no one was sitting by me because I went to go see it by myself. And after every single brutal, mind you, these are brutal kills that are happening, there's somebody whimpering behind me. And I turn around, guys, somebody brought their child to see this movie. It's like a family of 4 or 5 people sitting in a row. This girl is huddled up in her blanket, just watching people brutally get killed on screen for 2 hours. Your kid is struggling. But that's neither here nor there, because then there's like a leaky roof. Clover pushes this guy's coffee to get some of the water in there. He drinks it. He explodes. Whatever. She goes and saves Megan. They running out. Then we're in a scene that's very similar to what we saw at the very beginning with Melanie, how they're having to climb out of stuff. Simultaneously, they're climbing out of something, the other 3 are climbing out, and they all are pretty much coming to the surface, because remember, the town sank. So they're all coming to the surface. They're all laying there on the grass thinking, oh, we made it, because now the sun is up. The sun is up. We have made it till dawn. Then they kind of just walk away from the town. They get in their car and then they leave. Is that it? Are we going to explain what happened? Are we going to explain how you keep dying? Did you die? Are you alive now? Because you died 14 times. What do you mean you're getting in your Jeep and leaving? All of this I don't know. I'm going to have to watch somebody's like ending explained, or maybe like a deep dive. Is this what the video game is? Just you just dying in different ways and trying to survive? As far as a horror movie, the kills, the action, the thrills, the going off, the tropes, literally all of that, I love. The more deaths, the better. The more creative, the better. I loved that. The actual storyline, me following the plot, that's obviously gonna take down some notches for me with my enjoyment, because I didn't know what was going on. I mean, I was still along for the ride, don't get me wrong. I was just confused. But let me know if you have any answers to my questions, even the basic ones. Put these down in the comment section, or redirect me to someone who knows the answers, a Reddit thread, another YouTube video, a friend who just is knowledgeable, or someone who just understood the movie more than I did. Any one of those things will do. Like the video if you like the video and if you were confused like me, or just like it if you knew what was going on and you appreciate my honesty. Until next time, peace.